Hello and welcome back to my channel, Men's with Mare. Okay, you all, I am going to be reacting to the song Mastermind. I have not heard this whole song. I listened to the first couple verses and I was like, okay, I'm gonna save this for a true reaction video. So I'm not gonna waste any time. Let's just get right on into it.
Once upon a time, the planets in the fates and all the stars aligned. You and I ended up in the same room at the same time. And the touch of a hand lit the fuse of a chain reaction of counter moves to assess the equation of you. Checkmate, I couldn't lose. What if I told you none of it was accidental? And the first night that you saw me, nothing was gonna stop me. I laid the groundwork and then, just like clockwork, the dominoes cascaded in a line. What if I told you I'm a mastermind?
You know what this is making me think of? This is so random. I just finished the second season of White Lotus. Spoiler alert if you don't know, haven't finished the series. You know, there's the two girls that are prostitutes and they kind of like set all of it up and they planned so that it all just like falls into a line. You know, I don't know. So I'm not comparing her to a prostitute. It's just what came to my mind. I don't know.
And now you're mine. It was all by design, 'cause I'm a mastermind. You see, all the wisest women had to do it this way, 'cause we were born to be the pawn in every lover's game.
Women are the ones that are perceived as the ones that are to be the one that's lesser than. So a pawn, you know, isn't as strong as, let's say, the king or the knight or the queen or really any of the other ones. So saying even the wisest women had to do it because they were born the pawn in every lover's game. So they're usually the ones that get taken advantage of. Or this could be implying, talking about like the patriarchy, that this is a man's world and women sometimes are just perceived as the ones to be attained and easily taken over by, like someone who is stealing a pawn in chess.
If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Strategy sets the scene for the tale. I'm the wind in our free-flowing sails and the liquor in our cocktail.
So, okay, is she meaning that saying you have to plan for things? You have to plan for the worst always, because if you don't plan, then you do fail, and that you have to have a strategy when it comes to life, or if it comes to achieving anything, you have to be several moves ahead of people so that you don't get burned. I believe that. I don't think that it's just women in society. I mean, I think that's what she's speaking to here, but I think that, you know, a lot of times you've got to be ahead of the game. And then the wind in our free-flowing sails. She is the person that is actually driving the boat or getting the boat to move even though you don't see it. And the liquor in the cocktails, what make cocktails good and make you feel relaxed is the liquor that's in it. So she's saying, I am the essential ingredient. I am what needs to be a part of the equation for it to even be good. Kind of love this.
What if I told you none of it was accidental? And the first night that you saw me, I knew I wanted your body. I laid the groundwork and then, just like clockwork, the dominoes cascaded in a line. What if I told you I'm a mastermind? And now you're mine. It was all my design, 'cause I'm a mastermind.
She's a mastermind, but it's also something that all of us have to do to some degree, especially women when it comes to dating or it comes to getting a career. You've got to be like leveraging yourself in the right way to get noticed. You got to do certain things to get ahead. I don't know yet. I don't totally have a clear view.
No one wanted to play with me as a little kid, so I've been scheming like a criminal ever since to make them love me and make it seem effortless. Is this the first
if she feels as if she's done something wrong. I think she's talking about setting herself up to be famous. Think about, oh my gosh, makes me feel emotional. Think about You're on Your Own Kid and how she did all these things to try to fit in. Really, it was just her music that got her the attention. It wasn't herself or her personality on her own. So she had to, line everything up in a way by, being like other people, starving her body, hosting parties, and saying like no one would play with her as a little kid. So she was having to scheme or be perceived as scheming to get somebody's attention.
This is sad, too.
I swear I'm only cryptic and Machiavellian 'cause I can. So I told you none of it was accidental in the first night that you...
Being Machiavellian is meaning that you are, that you're sly, you're deceptive, you're not honest, which a lot of people, I think, accuse her of being that. I actually have a really good friend of mine who is not a Taylor Swift fan, and I've asked her why. And she's like, I don't know, there's just something I don't trust about her. And I'm like, don't trust about her? Okay. But maybe Taylor's, being like, yeah, well, maybe I had to line all the dynamos up. I know what it's like to not be liked. So I'm going to have to set it up in a way for people to trust me and to like me. And that it wasn't accidental, but it's because she actually cares, which... So many layers.
Mommy, nothing was gonna stop me. I laid the groundwork and then saw a wide smirk on your face. You knew the entire time. You knew that I'm a mastermind.
Wait, maybe she's talking to her fans, because we know she's a mastermind. We know she's a mastermind. Easter eggs, all the clues that she gives us, all the things she does for her fans. Oh God. Maybe it's about all of these different things, but it feels very layered. But now I think that maybe it's about her fans. And she's acknowledging her fans as if like, you all also get it now. You knew from the very beginning I'm a mastermind, and you know a mastermind when you see one, because you all are probably masterminds in some way.
Thank you for the compliment, Taylor.
I take it as a compliment.
And now you're mine. Yeah, all you did was smile. 'Cause I'm a mastermind.
Oh man, that is good. That is so good. I think it's about, it's a mix of things. She's weaving in a lot of things, because if somebody's Machiavellian, that does have to sometimes more so do with politics. So it's like she understands the politics of the game or of the music industry or of society as a woman, as a career person, as a woman in music, and knowing like she had to line all of these things up so that like working really hard at her shows when she was younger and working hard to get noticed, and that no one liked her for her when she was younger. So the one thing she had was her music, and so she took it and she ran with it. And I think that she's, speaking to all of us, that she's communicating with us in a lot of ways by being sly and leaving us Easter eggs, but then also talking about how, like, acknowledging how, women have had to do this all the time. I mean, this is what she's been called for so long. Is for so long she's been accused of, lying or being scheming. When you think about, maybe it has to do with what has gone on in the music industry, just because she's a woman alone. Like, she's not getting the respect that maybe a man would get. So she's had to be a mastermind to get ahead, and most women have to be. Just like vigilante shit. She talked about, women that have had to do this, and in Mad Woman too, and she's acknowledging it here, being the breeze and the sails, being the liquor and the cocktails, like what makes things good. Like, they're necessary. They're necessary for your fun, but also acknowledging that we can be a pawn in the game and the whole scheme of life. But she's saying that it's like the subtleties flying under the radar. Those are the things that really are her decisions and that were intentional. So this is very layered. I cannot wait to hear what you all think about this. If there's anything major that I missed, I kind of think that if this is about a little bit about Joe, I think that he probably respects her for having a beautiful mind. And part of this kind of sounds like she's being funny that she's a mastermind, but really vulnerable about the fact that she's felt felt like she's had to do this in order to be liked or to be respected. And, you know, I can have a lot of compassion for her when it comes to that because it's hard. Because sometimes people will judge you for no good reason, you know, like my friend who just, I don't know, something about her I don't trust. I'm like, huh, what? And I'm like, I get it. You must be picking up on a vibe that I don't really get. But a lot of people accuse her of that. She's like, maybe I am, but it's because I actually care. I actually do care what you think about me. Wow, a lot of vulnerability there. I really love this. I love this. Okay, can't wait to hear what you all think. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. Bye bye.